I would like to share a video address with you from the National Chief of the Assembly of First Nations, Cindy Woodhouse-Nepinak. Please turn your attention to the screens.
Aneen. My name is National Chief Cindy Woodhouse-Nepinak. I'm the National Chief for the Assembly of First Nations, and it's an honor to join you virtually for this year's PRA in-person conference. I'd like to acknowledge the Mississaugas of Credit First Nations, whose land we are gathered on, Chief Claire Salt, the Elder, and the singers for welcoming us and for your prayers this morning. Miigwech to PRA for advancing responsible investment. Your work now guiding over 5,000 investor signatories with over 121 trillion in assets has made significant strides in our environmental, social, and governance issues. In First Nation communities, your focus on sustainable investment strongly resonates. For generations, our relationship with the land has been one of respect and sustainability. I want to ensure that our Indigenous peoples have thriving economies and governance structures, and we continue to steward these lands responsibly. Today, however, First Nations experience a quality of life gap compared to other Canadians. While Canada ranks 15th amongst the UN Human Development Index, First Nations rank 35th. Chiefs across Canada are working hard to close this gap and establish fair fiscal relationships with the government. The PRA signatories and policymakers integrating Indigenous rights into your investment framework is essential, especially here in Canada, where our rights are protected by the Constitution and the international frameworks like the UN Declaration on the Rights of Indigenous Peoples, for short, UNDRIP. These aren't just regulations, they are to recognizing First Nations people as vital partners in sustainable economic activity. Failure to respect First Nations rights can have serious consequences. Global cases like the Dakota Access Pipeline and the Jukan George highlight the financial and reputational risks of projects that proceed without meaningful consultation. Recognizing First Nations rights isn't just ethical, it's crucial to long-term stability and success for investors. The potential for growth is immense. Investors who actively engage with First Nations communities gain access to a wealth of sustainable practices and knowledge. Indigenous-led projects across Canada are at the forefront of clean energy, resource management, and housing. These initiatives not only align with ESG goals, but offer resilient, diversified portfolio options. PRI's work has shown that First Nations rights considerations strengthen asset selection and company dialogue. Embracing these rights in investment policies creates equitable growth and supports both people and our planet. So just in closing, I want to thank you for joining us today. And First Nations leadership, we're crucial to achieving Canada's climate goals. And I want to thank you for partnering with First Nations communities. And I want to wish you well in your conference. Please feel free to reach out to us, National Chief at afn.ca. Thank you. Gigyabman Minowa, Miigwech.